Here's a video that's kind of a continuation of that pre-market video that I just posted for 7:30. So now what we're doing is going to break down this volume and this all this a little bit closer, kind of see what's going on. Yesterday's open is right here. We're in the wick from the FOMC right now. We are we're establishing value. I mean, I think that we got to be buying here. I think what we could do is just get in, and then jockey and just try to build up a position. Try to build up a position and see if we can ride this up to the top of this wick, right? See if we can get up to the top of the FOMC wick, or this point of control up here. I think this is our deal. So we're gonna try to get in and out, jockey in and out. We have to accept risk all the way down to the bottom of this current range right here. Even lower than this, it looks like. Oof. Yeah, I think we gotta include that low volume node right there. So a couple $100 in risk on this. We're gonna be we're gonna try to be quick to taking some profits. There we go. We just took $30 off, I think. Yeah, a little bit more than that. So we got so now we have $110 in risk, and we're gonna get back in. We're just gonna try to milk this a little bit. If we can, we're trying to get back in maybe around this down below maybe this entry and down somewhere in here. We're gonna try to get in with one. Yeah, nice trade. Nice trade. That was a nice entry. So I think what I want to do is duplicate chart, yes, and then chart, attach chart window, yes, and then rename. There you go. 15K. There you go. This over here. This over here. This over here. And then this. Rename. There we go. All right. Now I don't have to drink shit over all the time. So, so what we're doing is we're looking to see if we can come down and test some of this volume that's getting established right here. I don't hate this for a stop. I really don't, but I'm gonna keep this down. I'm gonna keep this down, and then we're gonna add because I'm gonna add again. Yeah, we're gonna take two, and then we're gonna take two off right now, and then we're still gonna ride that one. So $150 right now, $150 in profit. We're looking good. Volume build here, volume build here. I like my stop quite a bit right there. I'm gonna. What did that feel like if I was right there? 15 points, $30. I think we'll do that. I'm gonna take off this trailing stop, and we're just gonna use the manual here. All right, 8 o'clock. This is when I shouldn't be trading because things are becoming less clear. So I'm gonna respect that. I'm gonna put my stop up underneath this level right here, underneath this little volume pack. I could even go higher because this is where the bulls kind of failed and then they got bought up. So I'm gonna keep that tight. And this dash line is yesterday's open, so we're kind of keeping an eye on that. All right, here's our P&L for the day. Looking good. Got almost a 50-point banger right now on, which is kind of awesome. Like I said, we're coming into the open right now. So I'm gonna okay, there we go. Trying to establish good habits and not trade the opening or the half hour before the open, and then not trade the open until I have clarity. So this is when clarity runs out. You know, if this was 9:30 in the morning or 10:30 in the morning, my stop I wouldn't have taken that stop out, I don't think. But right now I'm just gonna stay clear of the shenanigans and probably pause this video, and then we're gonna see what happens once the open hits. So no trades until like 8:30 or 9:30 ish. Yeah, I think we gotta keep looking at this price action here. So what we got is that this zone that I've worked out is really important, and this zone overlaps this. So again, we're at the 727 725 zone when the news hit, when the FOMC hit yesterday, and then we're at it again when the PCE jobs and whatever else hit this morning. And then this shit right here is just impossible to trade, right? And now we're moving in to this, and it's a little bit more orderly how we're going into it, but we're still in this garbage. And this is incredibly hard stuff to read. And so that's like the context of where we are right now. It'll be interesting to see how we deal with this, right? It'll be interesting to see how we deal with this volume right here. Of course, to see how we deal with this volume up here too. A lot of volume up there. That was a big fight. All right, here we go. The opens in. We opened up here in this high volume node from yesterday. Not really a big surprise. We're still in the wick, the FOMC candle wick on the hourly chart. If we want to bring that up, we're still in this wick right here. Pretty interesting. Maybe we're looking for a buy down around the 822, but I'm not going to trade anything until I get a little bit more clarity. As you'd expect, volume metric, 15,000. It's just, we're in the open. It's just showing 53.92. Maybe this is like a enter on the break. Like, we take out this low right here as a sell. We take out this low right here as a buy, or this high right here as a buy. Let's just cancel everything. I don't want to take the trade. But yeah, this is how the open's kind of shaping up. I'm gonna stop the video and then probably come back on in about 15 minutes. All right, let's do a quick little update here. This is pretty interesting. So we still have this distribution right here, right? And yeah, it looks like we're starting to pop out, and we're gonna look at this 15,000 volumetric. So we had this is that distribution, and now this is the volume that's building above it. So we're looking at kind of how to play it, and if this is indeed going to break higher. Top of the wick is kind of our this area up here is kind of our target, right? If not this 82 20,200. So yeah, just watching how this plays out. So are we thinking the 62 is going to be supportive? Are we looking for 3 candle reversals down here? I don't know if we are. I might as well just fucking stream this whole thing. All right, here we are. We're coming down to where I was talking about the 60 level, right? We're seeing if this volume is indeed going to support. This could be the buy right now. I'm not going to take it because I don't really see clarity yet. Nice trade. I mean, that's 20 points, 30 points now. Coming up, we're sniffing the open. All right, now we're putting in some lower highs, lower lows. But we still have this 44 that could be supportive. Yeah, I think we're still in buy zone. Yep. Higher high. Right here. This looks like it'd be a place for a stop if somebody was long. Or here, underneath this volume here. I actually kind of feel like this is pretty clear. Like the volume must be a little bit subdued here. Like I'm kind of thinking this is some tradable price action, but I'm not yet. I'm not going to take anything yet. Again, we're still into that wick from the FOMC, and we're in the middle of this. Yeah, we're in the middle of this range right here, and this is tough stuff. This is a tough range to trade in. It wouldn't surprise me if we just put in a giant distribution in here today. So we hit this, and we just fuck with that all day. Right, just fucking around with my studies a little bit. This one doesn't make sense. I'm just gonna keep fucking with my studies. Let this price action play out. All right, so here we are. We're coming up to this level. This is really curious. This is a curious level. See if we get a reaction here. Looks like we are. First thrust in the morning could be done. We have a poor high up here though. So yeah, we're probably gonna move through this. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Hit the wick, the FOMC wick. Here we go. That was kind of the target this morning. Now we're looking at this guy up here. I don't know what this fucking study is. Extension something. All right, this is going to be interesting. So now we're going to look to see. Now we're going to look to see what happened up here. We blew through this level. You can see the single prints up into the wick of, a single prints up into that wick, the top of the wick, the FOMC, higher high, right? And now super taper up there. I mean, feel like this is the short low volume node. That makes sense. So now the question is do you want to be patient and wait for the lower high to be put in and then get it on that lower high? So let's look to see what kind of clues we have here as far as what we're going to want to do. That was a straight up fucking rejection, right? Let's see what the narrative chart says. A lot of volume. A lot of volume in the zone right here. Let's bring over the 500 tick. All right, so this is that lower high that I was saying. So we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Let's keep it tightish. And we're gonna try to jockey that short. See if we can get down to 810. Nope. Still kind of interested. Still kind of interested in shorting this level. Come on, come on. Here I got 2 on. It might be a big ad underneath this. This might be a big ad. I'm gonna add 1 right there. Yeah, one more. I should be taking off. I should have taken off down there. Yeah, I got 4 on. Yeah, this is the add zone, and then the takeoff zone would be down here. I should have been more. I should have been more active. I could have. This loss. This loss that looks inevitable now. Probably would have been um, a lot smaller if I was more active. All right, we took it out. That was at wick level. Took out the wick level. Establishing balance. Establishing volume here. I don't think this is. I don't think this is the short yet. Bears tried. Didn't get it. Find the pullback. Right here, 3 candle reversal. I'm in. Looking for this guy up here. We take out that swing high, I'm going to add 2. Basically on my entry, I'm going to add 2 on my entry if we get there. Look at this, down $250. Still looking for the long. Yep, I switched. Switched that bias. All right, do we want to get busy? See, this is my problem. Like the ATRs are so hot right now. Like this is in clarity. This is in clarity for my system. This is not clarity for my system. I should be trading when I have clarity. The initial balance is never a good idea to trade for me. This is too fast. Take one off. Take one off. Take one off. Lock that in. Steps break even, not gonna lose. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna keep holding this. This looks really bullish, I think. Are we gonna come down and smack this though? Yeah, let's take one off and then get ready to add on a retest of this kind of volume down here. So I'm gonna put that stop down there. We're gonna look to see if this volume right here is gonna hold. So get ready to add. Creation of volume up here. Yeah, we're just gonna tighten that fucker up right there. Yeah, and then this buy pressure right here, I want that to hold, so we're gonna tighten that right up. That sell pressure right there. I don't want that to get teeth. And then we're probably gonna tighten it up even more. If we put in some new highs, I'm gonna go right here. Let's see. Pushy, pushy. Oh, we got hit. Stop to break even. No, it's not triggered. There we go. This is a sim account. Kind of sized up there. that was big sizing, but I think it was 300, 350 bucks in risk on that long from right there. Which is pretty tight. And that's pretty tight stop on 7. I mean, that's a 25 point. So that 120, let's see, let's double check and see what was going on in that 120. Yeah, that was all this. That was me trying to short that first level, right? So what was it? So I tried shorting again. I tried getting long, snuffed out at the bottom, and I got long again. Yeah, so this was that bias change. So I had that bias change once we put this volume in and then broke through it. Yeah, and then we were accepting price higher. That was telling me that we were probably setting up for the long. This could be the ad. So oh no, did I get stopped? What happened? No, I'm still on. This is on a different sim account. Okay. So we have, yeah, that's the ad. Yep, sure enough, it was. P&L took that little bump, but now we're up. High watermark if we close out right now. Gnarly little drawdown. Let's take a look here. All right, let's double check this P&L, see how we're doing. All right, so I did an update here. Yeah, it should be, my P&L should be up higher. Anyway, whatever. So the question is do we have clarity, right? Do we have clarity? And this is interesting. We have this volume build right here, right? This is where I got caught shorting. And then we broke through the wick high. Be interesting to see now. At this level, at this 120 level. So let's do. Let's do this. Yeah, let's zoom in. Let's do this. Let's say volume build right here under, yeah. So we have tools, horizontal array. Let's do a red one. And then here we go. This is what we're looking for right here. So, and we're starting to build that. We're starting to build that volume right now. So let's check out this volume metric. Right. So we're looking for volume builds inside of wicks, right? So that's our basic thing that we're looking for. And we're kind of starting to kind of get it. So let's see here. We got this double distribution. If we wanted to put the short on, that 120 is probably the line. It's so weird that it doesn't have me up my profit up here. It should be on my high water. There we go. This is a little easier to read. So now we've got distribution here. This is showing obvious acceptance, and we're moving down lower. So I think this is shortable up in this area right here, if not right now. We do have this. This is serious volume right here, though, right? So this is pretty serious. And then this blue line is pretty serious. So is it the fade, right? What are we doing? So let's go over to the 500 tick and see. Here's this 3 candle reversal right here. 20. We got 20. Yep, this is within the risk parameters. So we're gonna take it. See if we can get this move down to the POC. If we take out that low, I might add. And there we go. Yeah, add a couple. Yeah, let's take 2 off just because we're looking good. We're bouncing off that support, the key level. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to have some a little bit wider stops on this to allow. So let's protect. Let's protect and get one off here, and then we can jockey. Yeah, take that off. That feels better with that risk. Yeah, because this could support. This could support. It looks kind of like it wants to, but it's kind of like it wants to. Let's be careful here and not hold it if there's a structure break here. So if we take out this, let's go. All right, now we're updated. There we go. Could be a heavy short again, but this is but we just broke structure, right? So we attempted to go down, we broke structure, going higher. It's kind of telling me that this volume right here has been accepted. So now well, this might be a buy the pullback situation. So if we did, we'd have our stop. Yeah, this could be a buy the pullback situation. Fully understanding that this could just get the fucking smackdown, right? Like this could just shit. This could just liquidate lower. And we have this low volume node right here. That's tough, but I'm gonna jockey this, and we're gonna see how well we play. And then we did not hit that upper target that we had yet. We're close, but we didn't quite get there. So we're just gonna try to get in and out. We're gonna try to get in and out. I'm risking $100. And I lost it. There we go. Like I said, this could just shit lower. But I'm still kind of interested here. So I'm gonna take this long again. I'm gonna take it again. Stops under the lows. New gunning for that new high. Let's see if we got it. It's so funny because I have this line drawn out and I'm not waiting for it to break. So that's kind of like Russian, I think. I think I'm kind of rushing this, but if we take this out, it could be an ad. Yeah, let's see if we got it. I'll add 3 if we take out that level. And we're taking it out. We're taking it out. We're not quite yet. Not quite yet. Boom, we're in. Jockeying. There we go. One left on. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's see if we got this after this 200 level. All right, we might add here. Yep, we're gonna add two. Take one off, take two off. We're gonna probably add again if we get a little pullback. How fast was that? That was 5. Look at that. That's $20, $40 right there. That was a quick $40. Bam, bam. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. But yeah, there we go. How fast was that? That was 11, 20. Yeah, there's another $40. Let's go. Let's lock this in. I don't want that trailing. We know our targets. Our target is up here. All right, we're gonna add. We take out this little swing, so that little white candle we're gonna get in. 175. It's a big drawdown. And I had that trade with the 7 contracts on. That went against me a little bit there. So I mean, I don't know. 94, 25, 7, 350. Yeah, that went against me almost $350. So that was kind of a little dicey situation. Here's this level, man. All right, so this is what's really tough here is when you have lower low, higher high. So it's interesting, right? Like, is this the entry, or is this the entry, or do I just keep doing exactly what I'm doing and just consider this noise, right? Like, just keep kind of like reflecting on these levels. I don't know. I don't know. I think typically when I see this in the bottom of a downtrend, I'm expecting a crunch lower. Like I'm expecting this to implode now. because they put the bulls pushed higher, they failed, and now this could be like when this could be when the bears now have the advantage. But then you're fading. I mean, we're up 700 fucking points, right? So like, what would be the that's tough to enter to take this short. But we are at this level, like this 820 level has played. This is a key level. And the really like the only break above it was a failure, right? So I think we need to have volume acceptance above this. And I don't know if we're gonna get it because all these buyers could get stuffed. This could be a delta divergence candle, um, which would be indicative of another move lower. Not sold on the long. No. All right. Now we gotta see. Now we gotta see if we come down to that 30 to that like 135 and put in 3 candle reversal. It might be a long. It might be a long if we come back down here. If we get like a proper reversal signal at the right spot. So here's acceptance of volume, right? Here's a volume build right here. Yeah, I think we gotta be in the one. Tough to do, but I think we got it. So let's see where our entry is going to be. Right here, I'm going to take 2. Yeah, we're going to do 2 right there. That's enough of a low volume node right there to make me interested. And then stop has to be just a touch lower, I think. And then since we're buying the top, we gotta be protective of our profits. So we're gonna jockey. Okay, now we can go stop break even. Yeah, this is moving. And then let's come over to the narrative chart and see if there's something even higher. 550. I don't think we're getting through this shit. This 212. I don't think we're getting through that. I don't know what the fuck that purple line is, but let's just have that and then just know that we got to start choking this out as we start getting closer to this blue line. This is interesting. Like part of me wants to like buy this here, right? And then jockey this because this is a little flag. Let's go. Let's add 2. Let's take 1 off. Lock in that little bit of profit from the first one, and then we're going to take off another one if we get a little pop, and then we're going to add back in a little bit lower. We'll accept the risk down to here. We'll accept that risk. And then this is an add. I'll add 2. And then we're going to try to get it out at the RTH. Add that there in case if there's a big pop. Okay, let's take this one, take that one. There we go. Then we're gonna look to get back in. Oh, I like these stops quite a bit. That feels good. Oh, what kind of bad fill? See if we can get back in a little bit lower. Got to be busy here because we're buying the tops, so that's why I'm so busy. I mean, it's each one of these entries is getting me $10. Yeah, so I made 10, 20, 30. Basically made $30 and price hasn't moved. And I'm risking $32. So break even if I get stopped, and I got stopped. It's just fine. I'm gonna get back in again. There you go. Take one off right there. Come on, Philly. There we go. Nice. So I just got 57. So yeah, look at that. I just got $40 on that ad. So we're up on this. So we'll stop right here. Not allow that low to get taken out. So whatever that is. Yeah, $20. Risking $20. So even if we get stopped, we made $20 on this little deal here. Nice. Here we go. That's the breakout. So let's just kind of keep that in mind right now. There's a fight happening. We'll see who wins. Right now, it just looks so fucking bullish. I'm gonna lock this in. Yeah, let's go. Let's see if we got that 500, whatever that is. All right, here's a 200 level. This is so key. All right, we're popping it. We're popping it. We're gonna let this trail because this could just rip. So I'm gonna take this one off. We're just gonna let this go. Look at that buying right there. That's wild. Look at that, 72 points on this motherfucker. Isn't that wild? Look at that. All that fighting that happened right there, and then boom, we just shot through it. So I think that next level, yeah, we got something up here. This 400. Let's see if we can get it. We're seeing this volume build, right? There's like garbage down here. There's like nothing down here. Part of me just wants to take the profit on this. I think it will. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, we're gonna come down and test. We're gonna come down and test that bigger breakout area. So let's come over to the 125. Yeah, we're coming down to this 80 level. A line in the sand. It's a decent exit. I don't know, man. Is that really like, is this really what we're testing? I guess it is. See, this is P&L. I don't remember what my thinking was. Oh no, I do. This was, and then I had that bias change, right? This is an interesting thing to look at. That's gonna be interesting. So, hmm, hmm. Yeah, I think this is a key level right here. And this little volume build right here is pretty interesting too. Okay, so that little square I just drew is right here, right? It's this volume. Um, there we go. That gives us a little bit more. That gives us a pretty clear. So let's do this. Volume failed. 0 75 supported. Yeah, this is a pretty poor high up here. You gotta think that we're gonna be fixing this. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, look at that. It's just flat capped. So we're probably looking for buys down to that 180, I think. Yeah. So we're buying 3 candle reversals all the way down into this range down here. Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. So here's this low volume node here. So all this is fair game for buying. Where do we not want to build volume? Yeah, look at this. That would have been a great little ad right there. Here, I'd say maybe. Yeah, we don't want to build volume down between like 150. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, this is interesting now because on this, what we're doing is we have this low volume node here. And pre-market I was saying that this could be drawn all the way up to here, but I kept it with the FOMC. But this is key because now we're establishing volume in this area, right? So 188, yeah. Yeah, we're establishing volume. So this could be a range now between 200 and 250. Could be a 50-point range that we're looking at. And we're gonna be looking to add down here. Add and take off, add and take off, add and take off. So I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to jockey. This could be my first entry right now. Yeah, boom. Boom. Put 2 on. Try to get 1 off at the top, and then see if we can get that move higher, because this is acceptance. So I might even add here. Yeah, we're gonna add 2, and then we're gonna try to just jockey. I'm okay with taking 4. It's about $200 in risk, but that won't be on for very long, hopefully. Although a lot of times in this sort of situation, you see the bottom gets swept before you put in the new high. So that's could be unfortunate, but whatever. I'm taking the trade. I'm trading this range. Just want to get in underneath the halfway point. Dollar cost average is really tempting right now. This is a really tempting place to add, and I might actually allow myself to do it if we take out this little wick right here. I'll add 1. There we go. Yeah, just 1. Now let's see if we can. Let's see if we can do it. Back up to the top of the range. Expecting this volume to hold us. This would suck if this is a volume that we're actually trading against, but we'll see. Initial balance is done. There we go. Back up to the top of the range. Let's go. Let's go. I could take off 4 and be really happy with my position. All right, let's take 1 off there just to cap our risk a little bit. And then we're gonna add 1 here. And then we're gonna try to get off another one on the next pop. Take 1 off there. Like to add Yeah, let's add right there. Let's take off right there. Take 2 off right there. Bam. That was a nice migration to a lower cost. Just trading this range. Take 1 more off. Bam. Look at that. I moved my average price from like up here at 28 all the way down. 10 points, man. 10 points. Let's go. Yeah, I'm going to take one off. There we go. I'd like to get back in lower. All I want is one runner. That's all that matters. So get ready to get one in. Add. Probably could have added on that pullback right there, but yeah, that hourly chart is really interesting, right? Because this is that building of volume. This is the acceptance, and we're seeing it right here. So like this 87. I'm gonna actually move the stop down to this down here. So I'm risking I'm gonna risk $40 on this last. I'm gonna have my stop on this low volume node down here. And then am I gonna do that? Am I gonna do that? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a little bit tighter than that. So yeah, this is acceptance above this blue line, and that's what we're looking for. All right, here we go. Is this the ad? Yep, we're gonna buy the bottom of the range. 3 candle reversal, and I might add 2. A little bit of a dollar cost average here. So I'm long one with no stop. That's not very fun. Low volume node. Yep, I'm accepting it. We're looking for a reversal right here. So now we are getting a volume build underneath this taper, right? So we have this taper here. We got the volume build. That's not awesome. So we wanna be careful with our ad now. We want to be careful. All right, I'm gonna add 2 right now. Stop underneath this. Oh, I'm gonna get hit. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. I'm on. Yeah, I'm on. This is breaking down. This is breaking down. So how much should I turn? 150 bucks. Yeah, there we go. All right, all right. Now we're looking for this one, right? We're looking for this level. We have this. We're looking for potentially support in this area right here. This could be key. And then we're looking for support down in this area right here. Okay, this is the first place we could be looking for support. So I like this right here. This is exactly where we should be seeing this. So I'm going to go with 4. I'm going 4 on this. And then I expect to hit this low volume node, breakdown point, whatever. Yeah, I'm expecting the bulls to come in right now. Oh, that doesn't feel good. This is where the battle is going to take place. If we take this out, if we take out this high, I might add. Let's take another one off. Let's take another one off. Sign up. Still have $100 in risk on this. All right, so this is tough stuff, right? Where we get the higher high, we just put in a lower low, then we put in a higher high, and this is I get burned on this a lot. Yeah, I get burned on this a lot. So got back a little bit off of our high water mark, but this is tough. This is a tough. That's a tough trading pattern right here for me. This is really tough. It's really tough. I like this ad. But now I feel like this is the short still. So like this is a key short level. So I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get in with the short. We're gonna try to get down to that yellow, down to the yellow box. Yeah, here's that level, that 120 level that was playing earlier. That's probably realistically what we're hoping for to the downside. I don't know if we're gonna get much more. Fuck, let's shoot for that. Let's shoot for that blue line down there. See if we can retrace all the way down. So we have one target here. Next target's down there. Lower low, right? So kind of like the stop. Yeah, I feel like this could just shoot lower now. So I'm not going to jockey. I'm actually going to try to hold this. I'll move my stops break even. Right here, it could happen. Okay, stops break even. Not going to lose, and then we're going to lock that in. That's going to, nope, that's good. That didn't trail. I don't understand how my stops are programmed. Next trade. Lock that in. Now it's going to trail. And then this one, we're going to go all the way down to that 850 or 28,050 down there. That's pretty awesome. Having that switching bias right there. Switching bias right there is pretty smooth. So what do? We didn't quite hit the yellow box yet. We just came close to it, right? We just came pretty close to it. So I still think this area is the target, that red line down there. So we're gonna probably keep taking shorts until we hit that. Let's see here. Almost high water mark. Almost at the high water mark. Let's go. So we sold off to this high volume node right here. And if you look at there's some single prints there too. Might be it for the pullback. This might be it. This might be it. So let's look for tapers on the 15,000 and then see if we're developing it, if we're accepting price inside of them. Right now, this volume is below this kind of distribution here, and so as long as we're not building volume higher, I don't think I want to take the long yet. Rightly so. All right, here comes that 120. All right. So this was, so according to the note on this chart, this was that move that we did underneath here, and we tried to establish volume, but then the volume build failed, and this blue line supported. It's going to be interesting to see what our reaction is going to be off of this level now, because we are in that yellow square. But again, volume build, right? So the long's not on yet. This would be a dicey one to take. I mean, you could just buy the level. How big is the level? 95. Yeah, it's kind of big. You'd be risking $60 on one contract if you were to buy this and put a stop underneath the yellow box. I'm gonna wait for, I'll add here, or I'll get in here. And we're gonna have a tight little stop like this. And then we're gonna target up yonder, something like this. But I'd imagine if I get that filled, we're gonna pop up to like this area, and then we could fill. So yeah, no, it's off. No, we're not done. That's not, the trade's dead. All right, we're still within that yellow triangle. Or rectangle. Still in it. This is a high volume node from earlier. Retest higher up to that 180 is probably likely. A little bounce could get us up there, and then we could maybe like chop a little bit. Boy, that short was right. That short was fucking right on, man. Switching to short there, that bias change that I had was decent. This is dollar cost average. This is a no-no. That's a no-no in that region. But I had a type. Yeah, I had a type. That's all right. All right, here we are. All right, we're hitting that level. Wow. All right, now we have something pretty telling. So we have a 5-day point of control coming up in this area. But this is motherfucker, look at that. This was really interesting, right? So like I keep saying, I was like, do I put this here? Do I put this here? But I kept it here. And now we're back inside this wick. We had all right, so now we gotta make a new node up here. Right, this is off of a different time frame, so I'm going to modify this text, and we're going to say this. We're going to say, um, that's a 200 point. That's a 200 point sell off there. All right. Yeah, I don't care that I missed it. I got this down to this, and you know, I was thinking that there could be a buy in here, but nothing really set up. Nothing really looked good. Now we're coming down to this point of control. So we got this high volume node on the longer time frame charts, the rolling 5-day, etc. So this is more where the long kind of seems interesting. And what's curious here is that we have this all this high volume from the 5-day and whatever, but underneath it on today's profile we have a low volume. So this is kind of an interesting zone here. 965 is kind of a key level. Yeah, and we're inside of this box right here. So this is all really interesting. This is all interesting shit. So yeah, breaking structure, going higher. Here's the volume build. Finally, the volume build underneath that 120. I think what this is saying is that we had this distribution right here, and now we're building well underneath it. So we're building lower. I think we can still. I think we can still short this. Yeah, so like this right here could be the short. So let's try it. Let's put 2 on. Kind of at a key level here, but I tried to get it on 2. So I'm gonna add another one right now. Are we gonna jockey? Yeah, we're gonna jockey. Let's take one off. And then look to get back in a little bit. So adjust this stop down. So yeah, I mean, we have the low volume node here, but we have the overnight low here. So I think we're gonna attempt this overnight low. So the reason for the short was we had acceptance of value here, and now we have this nice distribution right here, which is kind of like short the top and the bottom. So nice little 42 points on this motherfucker right here. Oh, now we're trailing. Looking good. Let's see if we can get this. Oh, what's funny is the overnight low. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is the overnight low is actually at the open. So, or the overnight high is actually at the open. So this is, yeah, this is tricky. Now check this out. So we got this volume build right here inside this at the POC. I'm not saying this is a bottom, but if we were going to do it, we'd see a major fail right here. So if we were to brick structure on like the 5,000 tick here, which would require us to go much higher. I don't know. I don't know how to read this. I don't know how to read it, but I got a nice short on. Okay, we're building volume. So the 15,000 is telling us. Interesting to see if we get this tapered here. What's going on? Yeah, maybe get stopped. Yep. Bummer, because I had so much runway on there. High water mark though. Um, all right, so yeah, we came down and we tested this 5-day POC and it supported. And I said in order to get a bias change, we have to break structure, which we just did. So now I think we gotta be looking for longs. So we're gonna be buying pullbacks. One thing that we have to have in mind is that we have lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high. And so I think there's something to be said about something to be said about this right here. And in particular, it might be this. It actually might be this tiny little guy right here. It could be the point that we're really looking at. And then we're looking at this here because this is that previous. So are we looking to buy a pullback, a 3 candle reversal in this area right here? I think we are. And probably the closer we can get down to this 65 is going to be the better. And here's an acceptance of price higher. So I think we're getting in. Yeah, we're getting in. We're going to look to test up to like something like this. We're in a jockey because we're kind of buying a high. So in and out, get one off, try to buy it lower, and try to sell it higher. Out, try to buy lower, in, try to sell it higher. Out, try to buy lower. No, not yet. There you go, looking good. So on those dumb little trades, how do we do? Let's check this out. So we basically bought 3 at 100. We basically sold 3 at 108. So we made $45. We made $45 on these trades right here. Yeah, 104. Let's look at our P&L. Would have been right here, yeah. So 30, yeah, 70, $40. We made $40 in there. Plus whatever we're holding right now. In out. We have Yeah, so we made our 40, but we have 50 bucks in risk on the table right now. If we were to get it right now, we would lock in about 80 bucks on this total position, so it's not a bad trade. That's basically a 1-to-1. This is how I trade it. I kind of want to accept the risk down much lower. But all right, 3 candle reversal. Oh, missed it. Let's add. Let's do 2 and see if we can get out a little pop. Looking for this exact spot to support. No. No. Yeah, I might get back in. Oh shit, I pressed flatten. Come on now. 4 on. Risking 200 bucks. Ouch. Here's this level. Come on now, push it. Push it. I bought that level. Come on, I bought that fucking level. Let's go. Back up to the pocket at least. Ah, trashed. Yeah, wait for about. I gotta wait a little bit lower for a little bit lower until I get in. Here's this inflection point. Still want it. Here we go. Let's give it to me. All right, here we go. We're going back up to the highest. Look at this shit. This is crazy. I have 250 bucks on top of this. So now we're sitting at our high water mark if we close out right now. Or wait. 682. 682. Yeah, high water mark. High water mark. We're gonna lock this in, so I'll stop. We're gonna take this one off. 65 points. So how big was that churn though? Took it from 6, 7, 6, 7. So 300 bucks plus. No, 300 bucks. 300 bucks. That was max. And then this, I had no pain from this one. So that happens. Good exit right there. We're looking to buy the pullback. What does buying the pullback look like? Let's take a look here. Buying the pullback could be at about 75. So we're looking for a reversal right here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to yeah, right like this. Come on now. This is our entry that we're looking for, and we're in it right now. I'm going to buy 1, and I want to add on strength. So this is buying the pullback. Let's see if we can get it. I'm only risking one right now because I want to see how this reacts. Yep, good. So that was just a little feeling. Here we are. So we're bouncing off this. We're bouncing off of this inflection point, but now we have this one to deal with. So we're right. Yep. So what do we have now? We have we need to look at this a little bit closer. So let's go big here. This is the tough stuff, right? So this is where we had the lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we broke through. So that's this area right here, right? And that's what we're bouncing off of right here. And so then we came back down, and then this was the inflection point again. Here we are again bouncing off of this level. So I'm gonna buy this again. I think I'm gonna buy this level. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it, and then I think it could be an aggressive ad if we take out this little swing right here. Yeah, look at this. I'm gonna take two. I'm gonna put two more on. Am I gonna jockey here? Ah, that stopped. That hurt. Nope. Right. So that failed. This failed. So now what do we have? We have a higher low. Let's bring that down just a touch. Maybe just kind of split the difference between whatever, all this stuff. So now we're looking at, we have a volume build probably inside of a taper. Volume build, volume build. Or low, or high. 5-day POC. Motherfucker, this is tough. This is tough to figure out what we're going to want to do here. Yeah, I think we're looking for longs. No, but this is acceptance. We're looking for longs. We're looking for one right here. We got this low volume node right below us. Yeah, fuck. 860 is a likely target. POC is likely. Here we go. Got a nice trade. Sweet. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. I mean, we're buying the low. We're trying to catch kind of a falling knife. So far, it's looking good. We have a low volume node right here. This is why I was like, this is a buy. So here's this 860. This was a target. So I'm gonna tighten up right here. Yeah, there we go. I don't think this 200. I don't think this 28,200 is off the table yet. But let's come over here and check out this guy. Yeah, this is key. This could be the failure right here. So tighten it up. Yep, bam. Oh, done. Flat. Yeah, so we came up into this volume here and then that rejected. But there's some interest in buying there. So this could be a pullback worth buying. Yeah, I mean I'd be getting back in right where I got out, but that's okay. Let's see if we can get in maybe around this 45. See if we can get kind of like a 3 candle reversal down in this area. Yeah, here we go. Now we're going to look to see if we can get in. This should support. I'm just going to buy this level, and then I'm going to add on a 3 candle, stop underneath these swing lows. And now we're going to add on a 3 candle reversal here if I got one. Kind of just got one. I'm going to add right there. I'm going to add another. And we are going to target that POC again. We're going to target that 28,200 here. And then, yeah, but we are going to jockey for sure. For sure, we're going to jockey because this could be just like a really nasty little range that we're setting up. So we could have a 60-point range that we're in. So we'll be looking to. I wish I was a little bit faster on that push because that would have been a nice place to get one off. Looking for this to support. Yep, you're getting it. Take one off. Look to get back in lower. Maybe I'm going to take 2 off. Yeah, take another one off. Let's see if we can get back in lower. Really like my entry. I really like it. We're just gonna have her stop right at our entry. Yeah, I like it. I'm not gonna move this up because this could trail, and I'm fucking with that. So still looking to add. Well, 5-day POC is right there though. Yeah, all right, we're gonna do that. We're still looking to. We have this little bit of volume. If you look at the 15,000 volume metric, we have this. And this is what we're battling against. So we're coming up and we're hitting this volume and it's kind of cascading down on us. So we want to see this volume get accepted up here. We want to move past it. So like this 85 really is kind of key. Right. So I like this. I like this for being able to add and get out. So I'm gonna start getting busy here in this little consolidation zone if I can. Man, I wish I had 2 on because I could be jockeying a little bit better. I should have been buying in that zone. Acceptance is higher. Yeah, we're gonna go stop break even, let it trail. See if we caught it. Nice, good. Let's go stop break even again, just to lengthen out this trailing stop. I still think the high of the day is still within our grasp. There we go, hitting that POC. This could be a reaction zone. So let's, yeah, we're getting the reaction there. So I'm just going to take it off. High water mark. Yeah, I mean, right there, we hit the POC, we put in the 3 candle reversal, boom, done. Now we're looking to get long again, but we're probably looking, yeah, we're probably looking to get in around this 63. Yeah, so any sign of like a little bit of buying around this area, I'm probably gonna get in. And there we go. We're in. We got in. We're in with 2. I'm gonna add 3 because it's working. So looking for that 28,200. Are we gonna jockey? Yeah, we're gonna jockey. Boom, take one off. Let's take another one off. There we go. Three candle reversal here. I'm gonna get in. What does that feel like? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna accept risk through this entire range. Wow, we just hit that POC though. I'm gonna accept it. I'm gonna accept it. And I'm gonna look for an ad right here. Yep. Four. Back to the POC. $200, maybe even more, like $300. This is my break even on that one up there. I'm buying this range. Yeah, I'm buying this range. We have all this volume on this volume metric. What I'm seeing is this volume right here. I'm totally expecting all of this to prop us up. That's what that's my thesis. Hmm. Hmm. Stop break even. I'm out. I don't like it. Nope. Nope. I didn't like it. There's something about this volume build that I didn't like, and I just wanted to get out. I'm starting to think that this is going to reject that this volume right here that we just bounced off of would have rejected. And my goal was to get 2 off up here, but this was weird. This was a little bit kind of gave me bear vibes. So I took my break even on that. Feeling good. It's a big dump. I'd be pretty stressed out right now if I was still holding because I had 4. That's 20 points. 4. Yeah, that would have been 25 points right there on 4. Look at this. Yep. So what I saw was this. On this move here, we pushed up. No. Before we even broke out of that, we were building this. And we had this volume right here, and we were building this volume. And we just kept sitting there and establishing that volume. And we're establishing that volume in the bottom of this taper. Didn't like it. And then we shot up and we basically went to the point of control And then we sold off. And now look at this. There's no buyers right here. There's no fucking buyers. That was a really, really, really good exit. That was a super good exit on that. I mean, I wanted to get off. I wanted to get out. My goal was to get out of two up here. That was my goal. And you know, so didn't get it. But now let's look and see what the now let's see what the score is down here, because this is a break lower, right? This was a break lower on the here, and then we did this volume build. So basically on my high water mark, just a hair below it. I think I'm going to, what time is it? 10:30? So here was the volume build that I didn't like, right? And we sold off. Then we came back up and we basically again tested the point of control of this volume build, overshot it a little bit, and now we're building volume again here. So this is telling me that we got shorts on the mind. We got shorts on the mind, but we had this right here, which is interesting. So this was a lot of volume trying to push down, but there was buying and selling that happened at this level. So we have a poor low. Volume build, volume build, volume build lower. Mm-hmm. So let's short it. Let's short it. Let's just jockey. Let's jockey. So we're gonna do two shorts right here. Our target is gonna be the open, which is like 150 points below us. But then we're in and out, in and out, in and out. Take one off right there. First stop up here above that 60. So we got 80 bucks of risk on that one. How much should we just grab here? We got from 25 down to 15. So we got 20 bucks on that. So we got about $60 risk right now in this trade. Missed my ad right there. This level right here, this 800. Oh, that makes sense. That would be at 800 is super key. So we're looking for a volume build underneath that. That could have been a target, because this could be the level that we're trading. I'm going to add, and we're going to try to get off here. Take one off there, and then we're going to try to add again. Yeah, add. Take one off. Just be busy. Just be fucking busy. Take one off. Look to add again. Yeah. So we can tighten this one up. 60 bucks in risk on this. That's a taper. It's a recent taper. Yeah, let's do that. And then we're pretty short because we're up here. Oh man, come on. You're adding. Come on now. Come on now. A little bit of a volume build above this taper, right? This is kind of what we don't want to see. Yeah, I don't want it anymore. I don't want this trade anymore. I can get back in if we get like a like this, right? Here's a taper coming into this point of control. No, price is getting accepted higher. And new high. So we took that out. So now we're looking. Use this little volume node right here, right? So weird because we got that again. We got that little volume node on the daily, but then we have the 5-day POC, rolling POC right there too. And we're in the top of this wick. Okay. Again, we are building volume above this right here. And that's kind of telling of a little bit of a reversal, right? So tentatively kind of like looking to take a long here and switch my bias. So let's see here. I'm gonna buy it and then buy it again. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this and let's keep it nimble. Oh man. Should have been jockeying. 150 bucks in risk on this. We're looking for this volume to, we're looking for this accepted price higher to maintain. So I'm adding again along 3 at the moment. Give me another push up and I will take some profits. And again, we're looking for the IBH and the 28,200 for a target. Right, one off. There we go. Holy shit, nice trade. All right, we're coming up on this POC up here. So this is kind of, so I wanna choke it out. We could just fly through it, but I wanna make sure that I trap some profit. How big of a winner was that? 36 to 40 points, almost 35 points. Nice trade. I'm gonna stretch this. I'm gonna stretch this stop out if we put in a new high. No. This is kind of the top of this range, right? We have this POC up here. This is kind of the top of the range. We're gonna look for what the volume build is looking like here. Build some volume up here. Kind of the top of this distribution. I think what we got to do is this. We have this here. But we're actually going to move this up here. The reason for which is that we have this little volume pocket right here is a place where yeah, look at this. So this was its previous high, right? This is his previous high. And then we came up and we put in a ton of volume and we failed right there. That's a major failure on the part of the bulls. And then we sold off and we put in new lows. And it wouldn't surprise me if we come up and we test that 120 again. But let's see how the volume is getting accepted. So let's come over to volumetric chart. This 15,001 and see what we can do here. I think we're looking for distribution. Everything's getting accepted. I kind of feel like I can buy this. No, not yet. All right, I'm in there. That's where we get in. Target the POC again. Target the 20,200. If we take out this level here, I'm going to add. So the reason why I'm buying here is because of this volume pack. Right? I'm looking at this volume and I'm thinking to myself, this should be supportive. Then we have a 5-day POC down there. I'm gonna respect that. And then we're gonna add if we start seeing some strength. There we go. We're getting that a little bit higher. Yep. Very long 5. So that means we have about 250 bucks in risk on this trade. And we're sitting at here we go. Let's see it. Let's pop it. Pop, pop, pop. Yes, we're at about 408 and we're risking 120 points about. So we want to, at the end of this trade, we want to be at about 5, say 525 to lock into that 1-to-1 risk. All right, so let's nice. Take out another one off. Take another one off. Man, I'm so close to taking off up there too, because we're kind of at the top of this price acceptance. Yeah, I'm gonna lock that out. If it goes, it goes, right? That's my thinking. If it goes, it goes. There, no. Now we're not gonna lose on these last two, and bingo, bango! I almost got my 1-to-1 on that. I'm gonna look to add. Yeah, I'm gonna look to add here. So we want to add down to. We want to add down to this like 26. So once again, we have this area right here is a volume that's getting accepted. My entry's great. Stops too high. We can bring that up a little bit. And then we're kind of want to include this. So we're coming down to the bottom of this distribution right here. So this, in theory, three candle reversal. Yep, we're in. I'm gonna add 2 on this, and we'll see if we can get out on a little poppy pop. Okay, this is kind of that point of control of this distribution right here. That's why I'm taking off, because we're coming up into this, and so I'm not sure if we're gonna get this breakout yet. So I just wanna be like proactive and do it here. We got our 1-to-1, more or less. Okay, we're about 10 points, 20 points short, so $40 short. Okay, that could have been the buy down there. Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, this is a fucking range, man. This is a range. So let the range be the range until we break out of it. Here we go. Lock that in. See if we can get this move all the way back up. Yeah, we're gonna trap that. There we go, 520. That's what we're hoping for. So we got the 1-to-1 on that. This is probably my last trade now. Bam. P&L. Bam. Straight the fuck up and to the right. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, let's do a breakdown.